Oma Ganyat Murandasya Gyanandjana Salakai Chaksur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Ram Vishnubadaya Krishna Bastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharni Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarne Ram Vishnubadaya Radikai Pratmane Sisimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Tinamane Tesam Satitiyuktanam Bhajatam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mamopayantite. I pray to the lotus feet of my Diksha and Shiksha Guru that they somehow provide me the intelligence to properly glorify them. For my respects to Sri Rupa Goswami, that also that he may provide the intelligence and the forthwith to actually honor them appropriately. So there's a verse in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Krishna Stat Bhakta Karunayam Matralo Bhai Kahetukam Pushti Marga Tvaya Kaschid Tvam Ragunot Shayate. Lobha is produced solely by the mercy of Krishna and his pure devotees. Devotion initiated by such lobha is defined as Raganuga Bhakti, and sometimes it's called Pushti Marga Bhakti. So harmony is of 2 points. I think Abhidut Maharaj is very clear on what his point is, but I think harmony to me means we are as a jiva soul. We are wandering in this material world lifetimes and lifetimes, trying to eke out some material happiness. And what happens? We simply suffer, and only by somehow or other, by some agyata sukriti or some mercy of the Vaishnava, that we come in association with devotees. And not only devotees, but here to have the association of pure devotee. I've said this many times. This is the most rarest thing. It's stated in Mahabharata by Yudhishthira Maharaj. The most rarest thing is one lava, 1/16th second of association of pure devotee. Why? Because Srila Gurudeva personally and Srila Prabhupada personally, at least for me, they gave so much mercy that undeservedly. And what we see now is that, so much instructions that and so many opportunities that have been given, and we have no qualification whatsoever. Our qualification is somehow we set up and became, somehow attracted to their lotus harikatha, and they gave us some shelter at the lotus feet. How important is it to have the mercy of a pure devotee like Srila Gurudeva and Srila Prabhupada? That's also stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, 25, where it says, Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti hatkarn rasayana katad tajjosnat asya apavargavartmani shraddha ratir bhaktir anukamisyati. In the association of pure devotees, discussions of pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. Srila Gurudeva opened up the storehouse, like Lord Nityananda did. He opened up the storehouse. Prabhupada came in and gave us these things, but we were so neophyte devotees that, what could we understand? But Srila Gurudeva, despite our inabilities and insufficient devotional service, opened up this opportunity to come to have the associations of Rupa Goswami, Vishwanath Chakrabarti, Jiva Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami, so all these different acharyas, the wonderful moods and bhavs within the heart, Srila Gurudeva has given us to us. Otherwise, I know personally, he said to me that instead of managing, which I was a manager, he told me, no, you must read the literatures of the Goswamis. I go, I have no qualification for that. That's like, I'm not even a Brahmin to speak of those things. But because his mercy, he's given us a taste. He's given us a sampling of the spiritual world. That's, Radha and Krishna, Radha Dasyam, and hearing their transcendental messages. This is unfathomable. So the harmony to me means the jiva has to be able to recognize his lowly and fallen position and not become proud, as Shanta Maharaj said and Avadut Maharaj said, but come to the platform of hopelessness, almost hopelessness, to where he takes shelter of a pure devotee. And only by the mercy, the kripa of such a person who has the Shakti of Radharani, has the Shakti of Lord Nityananda, has the Shakti, he is the mercy incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without taking such association, then devotional service is almost impossible to get. We may be doing something, and not to Sukriti, we may be doing a Ropa Siddha Bhakti, whatever, but it's like a boss. But if we actually take the shelter of a pure devotee, and even if he gives instructions, and we're just, as I said in a previous, even just in the same room, even if he's not talking spiritually, that the saffron particles that are coming, emanating from such a thing, immediately will bring us and purify us and actually propel us on spiritual life. This is incomprehensible. So to that unity, to me, as Srila Gurudeva has preached, such a high philosophy that we're certainly not qualified for. But by his mercy, some tiny bit of bhava and taste is coming that we can go forward and not become hopeless. And this is an important point. The other point is what Abhidut said. I'd like to clear some things because many of my godbrothers, they have downplayed Srila Gurudeva and tried to make amongst their society so many problems. They don't even know, because it wasn't publicized, how Srila Gurudeva served Srila Prabhupada. So I want to mention a few things before I get cut off. The Prabhupada had said to Srila Gurudeva, the first time that he saw him, I had that love for him, just like the love that I felt from my Gurudev for him. That was his first. The next thing he said, he had told him in another letter that I consider you the best of all the Gaudiya Sevaks in the Gaudiya Math, and that they were friends. And Srila Prabhupada, when he came and he was staying in Radha Damodar temple, he was staying and sometimes they would do kirtan, and they would obviously he would cook with him, and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudeva would cook, and this way they developed a wonderful relationship. But when Narayana Maharaj saw Srila Gurudeva in the situation he was at, he had him and brought him to the Gaudiya Math and to Bhakti Pran Kesava. He was Prabhupada's godbrother who he initiated the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti with, and also was very kind and in friendship with. He brought him to to Bhakti Pran Kesava, who gave him and sannyas, and Srila Gurudeva, Narayana Maharaj, gave the sannyas to Srila Prabhupada. He did all the procedures and everything. So this intimate relation was of love. It wasn't an ordinary thing. And in this way, also, we see later so many different things where ISKCON was about to lose the whole society because there was a challenge from one of Prabhupada's sons that he didn't take sannyas. Srila Gurudeva came from Vrindavan to Bombay and testified on behalf of ISKCON to save it. And so many devotees that isn't being published. And then there was this is a good information you can get from Bhagavat Maharaj. Actually, there was a recording where it was condensed that Srila Prabhupada actually asked Srila Gurudeva to put him in Samadhi. He told him and asked him for that. And he also, on 10/8/1977, which is one of the last things that Srila Prabhupada was speaking about, he asked, and this was in front of so many devotees and recorded, he requested that Srila Gurudeva help my disciples. He considered many of us like bandars, which, in my case, certainly true, to help my disciples and train them. So, yes.
You just have just under a minute left.
Okay. So, as usual, Mahabuddhi scattered all over the place in so many different thoughts. I think I resemble, I wish I must sound like Prabodhananda Saraswati, that I'm all over in different areas. But I just want to offer my complete dandavats, and that harmony basically means for us that we should surrender unto our Guru Varga, because in Bhakti Chandrika, Prema Chandrika by Narottam Das Thakur, he's only saying that our only path, our only way to spiritual, to Raja, and following it to Radha Dasyam is to surrender and serve at the lotus feet of our Mahan Gurudeva, the Maha devotee that he's empowered. And so without any reservation, I'm praying at his lotus feet that somehow or other be given the intelligence and ability to become attracted and somehow not stray from those lotus feet, and pray for his forgiveness for my useless devotional service to this time. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpa tubhyascha, kripa sindhu bheva cha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.